Good morning, all. A warm welcome to one and all present here for the second week of Student Induction Program, Deeksharambh 2020-2021. Today's program will be on Project-Based Learning Orientation by IGL. Before we start with our session, let us welcome our chief guest for this session, Dr. N. Krishna Kumar, sir, founder of IGL, Ms. Krithika Kalyan, Ms. Raksha, and Mr. Rajesh Kumar Arjuna Raja. Welcome, sir. Welcome, ma'am. Let's have a small introduction on each of our guests. First of all, Dr. Krishna Kumar Narayanan is based in California and is the founder of IGL. He has been in the IT industry for over 25 years and holds 5 patents. He is passionate about technology and in helping the educational communities to have hands-on projects as well as interactive collaboration. Next, Ms. Krithika Kalyan. Ms. Krithika Kalyan has a lot of interest in the education system due to her experience of traveling to many parts of the world. Now, Ms. Krithika is based in Chennai and has been coordinating the IGL activities for college students for the past year or so. She has successfully managed a group of college students who completed their first IGL project last year. Ms. Raksha Karthik. Ms. Raksha is based in California and has been coaching students from India and US on IGL advanced technology projects through online learning. She helps students from India and US to collaborate on webinars and group discussions, primarily aiming on improving their communication and foster collaboration. This makes her a unique coach. Mr. Rajesh Kumar Arjuna Raja. Mr. Rajesh Kumar is based in Rajapalem and has been an industrial consultant of IG for the past 2 years. He is a seasoned IT professional working on the area of big data and data analytics in MNC. He has been serving the student community by sharing his knowledge and mentoring them. He has been a part of IGL from day one and has been actively involved in all their services. I welcome you all, sir. I welcome you, ma'am. I now request Dr. Krishna Kumar, sir, to take over the stage.
Thank you, madam. Thank you for the great introduction. We are quite happy to be a part of this orientation program. I'm the founder of IGL Hands-On. I have a team of people from IGL who is ready to present some of their experience as well as share the knowledge that we have gotten so far in teaching projects. First, I would like to welcome Ms. Krithika, madam, to introduce, welcome all the students, and then we'll get into a presentation. Ms. Krithika, madam, could you please welcome the students?
Yeah. Thank you, sir. Good morning, all. Am I audible?
Yes.
Good morning, all. First, I would like to convey my heartfelt thanks to Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute and the President, Mr. Arun Kumar, and the Dean, Dr. Shubhastri, and the Joint Registrar, Dr. D.B. Jebiraj, for this wonderful opportunity. And for the students who are new to Chennai, welcome to Chennai. I'm sure you guys will be having great exposure and great learning from Chennai. And congratulations for choosing engineering as your career. And one secret of your success is enjoy what you do. And that is the first step. And you're in the first year of your engineering. So you have an opportunity to take a good start and a perfect start in the beginning itself. So make use of this opportunity. Now you guys know, now every industry is with artificial intelligence and machine learning is becoming inevitable. And you try to understand what is this and then before start learning it. About us, like how we are going to help you out and who are we? First about Mr. Krishna Kumar. And he's a vice president of a company from Silicon Valley. And you guys know it's a Silicon Valley is a capital of IT industry. Sir knows what is the current market and what is the new technology. What are all the strategies for every company? Because he's handling that as a part of his job. Our main motive is to keep you all updated with the current trend and expose you to the latest technology so that when you are ready for the job, you will be given a first preference because of your knowledge and exposure. Along with the technology, we are helping you in developing your presentation and soft skills as well. You will go through every phase of the project cycle like requirement, what is design, what is development, how to test, and how to prepare the perfect project report submission for the submission of your assessment. So you will understand the dynamics of the group working as well, because you guys will be working in a group, and you have to present the project in the video format for your assessment. You will have a chance to attend various webinars on different topics, and deserving students will get a chance to present as well. You will be collaborating with the students from different countries and also from different part of India, because we are having students across the globe, and we try to collaborate everyone for the great and best exposure. And we need students who are great in attitude than aptitude. We are here to support the students in every aspect who really want to learn the technology out of interest. Now, I'm really looking forward to work with you all. And I once again want to thank everyone for the great opportunity. I request Mr. Krishna Kumar to take up the stage. Thank you.
Thank you, Krithika madam. That was a wonderful introduction to the students. Again, on behalf of IGL Hands-On team, we would like to thank Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, Madam Shubhashri madam, and as well as the entire college staff, and of course, the most important, the students who are stepping into the first year BTech course. We welcome you all. As Krithika madam rightly pointed out, it's good to start early. So we are also very proud to be part of this initiative from the college called Project-Based Learning. So I will share a very short presentation, and please ask me if any question, you can put it in the chat window, or we can talk about that towards the end. And then after my presentation is complete, I would request Mr. Rajesh Kumar sir and Ms. Raksha madam to come and share their experience about project-based learning and what they have done so far in other places. So that's what we plan to do. So what I'll do is I'll share my screen now. Just a moment. Are you able to see my window, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, very good. Once again, as we rightly pointed out, this is called the value-added course on project-based learning. We'll sometime call it PBL. This is for the first year BTech students, and today is our orientation day. So we welcome you all. First, a little bit on the agenda, what we will cover in this orientation today. We'll briefly talk about IGL hands-on, our introduction and background, and we'll quickly dive into what is project-based learning. Why do we need project-based learning in these days in the modern education, especially in colleges? And then we'll touch upon what is the execution strategy. I think Krithika madam briefly talked about an assessment test and getting certificates and so on. So we'll delve into more on the process, how we have assembled this project-based learning program for you, and then we'll get into some technical detail. What kind of projects are you going to be looking at? I think Krithika madam again talked about artificial intelligence, machine learning. So some of those projects are going to be touching upon those areas as well, and we'll talk about that. Then we'll get into what kind of material that we will share with you, lecture notes, tutorial videos. So a lot of these projects can be done entirely online. With the COVID situation now, it is very handy. IGL Hands-On has been pioneering this online-based project learning for some time now. So we'll share with you what kind of lecture notes and tutorial videos will be available to you. And then last but not least, we have a fantastic support team. Some of them you've already heard, along with Krithika madam and Rajesh Kumar sir and Raksha madam. We also have Srikesh sir and Gokul sir and Nalini madam, who are all part of our support team. So we have a support team that is not only in India, but also in US. So we can get the best of both minds in terms of what is available in the technology and continue to improve on our hands-on projects. And then, of course, we will finally open it up to any question and answers that you may have. So this is our agenda for the orientation today. Just a little bit on the background. We started IGL in USA about 5 years ago. We have branches in Chennai, Rajapalayam, and Palakkad. We focus on project-based learning. I think this is our primary focus. We believe that learning cannot be only theoretical based. It needs to be based on some hands-on work. We call it projects. And so that's why we are very excited to see Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute has adopted this project-based learning, and we are very happy to work with them. We have an MOU with the college, so under their umbrella, we will be offering this project-based learning courses to you. Our mission is to serve colleges and high schools in India, and of course, like I mentioned, hands-on experience in advanced technologies such as AI, ML, video, cloud, anything that you see these days in the industry is relevant for us. We are also proud to say that we're adopting to the National Education Policy 2020, which is put out by the government of India, which is quite interesting and promotes this kind of project-based learning. And so we offer online, offline, in-person education as well. And we have trained hundreds of students in India, USA, and Dubai. So we are quite experienced in this field. So we will bring all that experience to you to make sure that you are successful. I think Krithika madam also talked about collaboration and making sure that communication becomes an essential component of becoming a good engineer. So we have IGL webinars for students, teachers, and professionals. Like I said, we have a team of professionals in India and USA to support all of you, especially students. So that's a bit of a background on who we are. Now a little bit about project-based learning. What is it? It is a very effective way of learning. Especially in the engineering field, especially in the computer science, IT, or communication field, project-based learning becomes essential now. What it does is it eliminates the anxiety for doing projects. Typically, what happens in an engineering college or even an arts college these days, students go through coursework for 3 to 4 years, and then towards the end they complete a project. So there's a lot of anxiety doing hands-on projects when you go to the third year or the fourth year. So we want to kind of minimize or eliminate that anxiety of doing projects right from the day one. So this is why project-based learning introduced in the first year is one of the primary reasons is to eliminate that anxiety, and it facilitates continuous learning. As in when you learn new subject, let's say we are learning a new programming language, or you're learning about an operating system, or you're learning about computer architecture, anything that is related to in this field. Not only you learn the theoretical subject, but you're also continuously doing some project work. So continuous learning through implementing is another important aspect of project-based learning. We call them mini projects, so because this is not something that typically people have this tendency that projects can be 6 months long or 8 months long, but our projects were very short. They're like 4 weeks long, 5 weeks long, so they're very easy to implement. So you get the satisfaction that you've implemented something. So continuous learning is definitely a key attribute for the project-based learning. It fosters collaboration. As we talked about, you'll be able to work with your fellow students. We believe for an essential quality for any engineer or a scientist when they graduate from college, when they go into the workplace, collaboration and communication with fellow engineers or employees are going to be very, very important. So collaboration is definitely a key element. And learn and practice problem solving techniques. So what do we mean by that? Typically, as engineers, we'll all be asked to solve problems, right? I mean, one of the things, whether you're a civil engineer, a mechanical engineer, or a computer science engineer, problem solving is going to be part of what we will all be learning. So our purpose of the project-based learning is to help you how to solve problems, how to divide them into sub-problems, how do you follow the process, how do you test your solution. So those important techniques are going to be part of our project-based learning as well. And as I mentioned, we are quite pleased and thanks to the college management recognizing the importance of PBL and offer this unique opportunity to you as first year students. So we highly recommend you to take advantage of this unique opportunity and learn from it, benefit from it, and build on it, right? So today you may do a project-based learning in first year. You can continue to do more projects as you get into the second, third year, or fourth year. So we believe this is a very unique and useful opportunity for the first year students. So that is a quick background on the project-based learning itself. Okay, let's go to the next slide. Here is a slide that talks about our execution strategy, or we call it process. So there are three key players. Of course, students, you're the most important player in this PBL because you will be the one who will be doing the project, who will be benefiting from it. So along with IGL hands-on team, that is us and Dr. MGR Educational Research Institute faculty and staff team, we'll work together as a team to support you, to help you. So we work as a team So these are the three players. Typically, what happens is IGL hands-on team and the faculty and staff, we already had our orientation. We'll walk through all the relevant materials. So this number one topic is about making sure that IGL hands-on and the faculty is on the same page in terms of what projects we're going to be conducting. And then staff and faculty will work with you, students. They will conduct the entrance test to choose the students, share the project materials. They'll work with you to make sure that you're progressing nicely doing the project. They'll guide you as a student with projects logistics. And as part of your activity, your role will be, you will of course take an entrance test for getting into the project. Once you're selected, then you choose a project group, which I will cover in a minute. So we have three interesting project groups that you can choose from. And then also you can choose a problem to solve. So we have a number of problems identified, 20 odd problems that you can choose any one of them and choose a project group. And that's when you'll start doing your project. You'll go through the project materials. Like I mentioned, there are video clips that we will offer to you that you can watch them at the leisure at your own pace. And you will also go through some project material to make sure that you have a full understanding of the project that you're trying to do and what problem are you trying to solve and things like that. You will get a lot of support from faculty as well as from IGL hands-on. So we'll be with you for the entire duration of the project. And of course, upon completion of your project, we will go through an assessment test. If you have completed successfully, you have completed your report, you have shown a demo and things like that, then we will offer you a certificate. So in a way, it's a very simple process. We want to make sure that we follow this very carefully and smoothly. So we, three of us, IGL faculty and students, work together as a team to make sure that you are successful. That's the bottom line for a lot of our activities. So that's about process itself. Then little bit on the technical side, as I mentioned, the projects that we have chosen are very carefully done. We want to make sure that we don't want to choose a project that is 10-year-old technology or 15-year-old technology. We want to make sure that it is aligned with the current industry trends and the needs. So this is why having our company presence in US, we have close to a lot of technical companies in the Silicon Valley, so we can get a pulse of what is happening in the industry, what kind of technology, what kind of area that one needs to be working on, and we'll bring those projects based on those technology to the students. So that is one of our benefits of this. And after the what you do is we have also chosen a common programming language. If you are familiar with computer programming, there are 20 plus programming languages today in the industry. So we believe that selecting a common language for all of our projects is very, very important. So we have chosen JavaScript as a programming language, which we will teach you also as part of the project. You will learn about this language. So this way, all of our time, students' time, faculty time, and the IGL time is optimized properly, and so that we are making progress on that. So having a common language is a very important aspect of it. And then you will learn the development tools and techniques. As you go through the video, you will see lots of development tools and techniques, so you can apply them to solve your problem. There are three project groups. First one is a web app. So let me briefly explain what each one of these groups are. We have an elaborate document that we have shared with college faculty members. You can also refer to them. But let me describe each one of these project groups. All of you are quite familiar with apps today, right? I mean, anytime you bring up your smartphone, there'll be apps everywhere, WhatsApp and Facebook. There are so many apps on your phone. So we are all used to downloading and installing apps on our phone and use it. But there is only so many apps you can have on your phone, right? And the number of apps are getting increasingly, right? Every day, more and more apps are coming into the Play Store or App Store. So they're all hitting that limit. And you also know apps are getting crowded, right? You can have, it's a very small screen. How many apps can you use at a given time? And it also takes up more memory. It sometimes make your phone run slow. So there are many issues with your so-called native apps on your phone. So what Google and others, the industry leaders, have done in the last 5 years, they have come up with this technology called web apps. So the idea behind this is the apps can be built for a browser. So you will download a web app for all the practical purposes, it will look and feel like your regular app. Instead of running it on its own, it runs under the browser. So this concept of web apps is really catching on wild and in the industry. Many big companies, Pinterest and Twitter, many companies are now moving from downloadable apps to web apps. So we are very excited to offer this project group. So if you are interested in building a nice user interface, nice application, you can certainly choose this project group. We are also going to be introducing a framework called Vue.js. This is a very open source software. By the way, all the projects that we are going to be offering for you, they are free of charge. So basically, there is no additional money you need to invest in buying the software. So we will teach you on how to use the Vue.js, which is the framework for building web apps. So like I mentioned, many leading companies are switching to the web apps. So we are quite excited about offering this web apps. So that's one project group. The second one, as Krithika madam pointed out, artificial intelligence, machine learning, is going to touch upon every one of the market segments. So it is one area where computer scientists and engineers will help with other areas. For example, healthcare industry, medical industry, retail industry, the banking industry. So many of these industries are going to be benefiting from the AI and ML. And the front face of an AI ML is what is known as a chatbot. So chatbot, the simplest way to think about it is, we all know about robots, right? Robots we have, they move around and they do things. Think of chatbot as a software robot. It's not a physical entity, but it is a software robot running on the cloud. You can think of that as a personal assistant for you, whether it is to do your financing or you want to get some questions answered. So there are a number of use cases for chatbots. For example, recently my Bank of America, sent me a mail saying that please start using the Bank of America chatbot rather than calling their customer support for any bank inquiry. Nowadays, the banks are starting to use chatbot. So it is a lot more quicker for you. You don't have to wait for a real customer agent to come online to support you. A lot of these things can be done by chatbots, and the chatbots are driven by the artificial intelligence and machine learning techniques. So they know about you, they know about your account, so they can the chatbots can help you as much as they can. So we are going to be introducing a project how we can build a chatbot for you, and we'll be using Node.js as a platform to build those chatbots. So this is again the latest and greatest in the industry today. So that's a second project group. Last but not least, we have a third project group called Google Dialogflow. I don't know if you follow some of the industry today. There is a hype around the low-code development platform that is building up. So many companies are believing that you don't need to write lots and lots of software. So minimum software to make sure that it can get maximum work done. So we're going to be introducing a framework called Google Dialogflow. You can Google it and find out as well. So they're getting popular. So you can build with very little programming experience. You can build a fantastic chatbots using Dialogflow, Google Dialogflow. So this is one area that we will be offering as well. So these are the three project groups. Like I mentioned, we have shared a very elaborate document with Madam in the college, so you can refer to that and get more details on web apps, chatbots, and the Google Dialogflow. We also have about 20 odd problems to solve for your projects. So like I mentioned in the previous process, you select a project group. If you're interested in user experience, building an app, you can choose web app. If you're interested in building chatbots, you can either use the Node.js or the Google Dialogflow. So either way, you will benefit from doing projects with the latest and greatest technology that is out there. So that's a bit on the technical aspect of it, and a little bit on the lecture notes and tutorials. We call them PBL materials. So the materials are very easy to understand and then to the point. So basically, we have been doing it for the last 2 to 3 years now. So we have refined our materials so that they are very easy for the students to understand. We got very good feedback from the previous year students who had taken these projects, and they've given a lot of good feedback. So we constantly refined our materials, so they're very easy to understand. And we also introduce a nice tutorial on JavaScript. So like I mentioned, the projects will use JavaScript programming language. JavaScript is another popular programming language. It has been around since 1995. So it's one of the oldest programming language in the industry. So we've included a nice tutorial on it. So this way, not only you do a project, but you'll also pick up a programming language along the way, which is very important for computer scientists and programmers. And at the end of every lecture, we have quizzes. So just to make sure that you understood the material, and so there'll be a bunch of questions so you can answer at the end of that. Of course, we'll help you if you run into any issues in answering them, but that's way we want to make sure that you understood the material by answering these questions or quizzes at the end, and you will gain confidence. That's the whole idea behind giving them the quizzes. You can watch the videos at your own convenient time. So this is one of the good things about our PBL. So you don't have to dedicate a particular time. So along with your, I know with the first year college coming in, you'll be extremely busy with a lot of course materials. So that's why we offer this video tutorial. So you can watch them at your own convenient time, multiple times, and then you can grasp the concepts using them. So this has been very useful for a lot of our students that have taken the projects in the past. So we have 6 lecture notes and 10 video tutorials. So once you sign up for projects, we will share with you all the 2 video tutorials and the lecture notes. At that point, you can start working on your project. So that's a little bit on the material itself. So the material themselves are very robust. They're very easy to understand, and many students have gone through it. So that's one good thing about these lecture notes and the tutorials. Little bit on the course detail itself, and then the way path towards getting an award certificate. So duration is 5 weeks, which is very good. So this is not too long, not too short. I would definitely want to thank Shubhashi madam and the entire college staff to accommodate this 5 weeks course. At the end of that course, you will take up an assessment test. There'll be multiple choice questions, and 50 marks are assigned based on the tutorials and videos. And then if you obtain 50% or more, then we'll get a project completion certificate on the project-based learning. So it's very easy for you to get that. So we'll help you make sure that you complete that assessment test, and then of course opting for the if you want to get the project completion certification appreciation. So there's a lot of awards that are going to be given to you as well, depending upon how well you do in the 5 weeks. So not only you take it seriously, but have fun in the process. You'll be learning a new language, you'll be solving a problem, a new software that you'll be using. So we believe that will be a lot of experience for you. At the same time, you accomplish something as part of your first year college, and you'll get a certificate, and then you'll be proud of completing a project in the very first semester. Which is a great thing. I mean, when we were all in college, this was not possible, right? Many of us who went to college several years ago, we had to wait until the final year before we do any project. So these days you are very, very fortunate, and you live in a very interesting period now in the industry. Lots of possibilities exist in doing projects in a very short period of time. So I'm glad that the college is offering, and we hope that you will take advantage of it. So that's the bottom line. So it's a 5 weeks course, and then there'll be an assessment at the end, and then we will award you certificates based upon your completion. Last but not least, this is our support team. So Krithika madam, you've already heard before I spoke. She'll be our project coordinator. She's based in Chennai, so she's local, and any questions we can always reach out to her, along with Nalini madam, who's also based in Chennai. We have 2 wonderful technical support gentlemen from Palakkad, Srikesh and Gokul. Raghupati is also based in Rajpalayam. He'll be a project assistant. Raksha madam, who will be speaking in this orientation pretty soon. Raksha madam is based in California, so she's helping a lot of the students, and she's also helping us in terms of figuring out what projects to bring into to students in the colleges in India. So she is our project assistant based in California. Rajesh Kumar sir, he has plenty of years of experience in the industry. He is our professional consultant. He brings a lot of industry knowledge, insight into IGL hands-on. So we are very fortunate to have Rajesh Kumar sir, who will be talking right after my presentation is done. He will share some of his experience in the industry, and he has also given webinars in Dr. MGR Engineering College as well. So I think we have and of course this is me speaking. I'm based in California as well. So as you can see, we have a very professional team, experienced team, passionate about education, passionate about helping students, not only in India but also in US. So with that, we believe we can support you very well and take you to the next step of completing your project. So that is the quick overview of PBL. If there are any questions, you can ask me now, or you can put it in the chat window, or I can always connect back with Madam and get more questions. But just to wrap up, what we're talking about is this is the most important thing that I would say is a takeaway. Make sure that you select your project group and the problem to solve, and it's a 5-week project, so we'll be working together as a team to make sure that you succeed. So with that, I will conclude my presentation, and at this time I would like to invite Mr. Rajesh Kumar sir onto the stage and share a little bit of his experience in the industry and how it can benefit students such as yours who are getting into college, trying to understand what is programming, what kind of projects can be done. So Rajesh Kumar sir, could you please share your experience and thoughts about agile hands-on projects, please?
Thank you, Krishna sir. Am I audible
Yes,
properly?
we can hear you.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Krishna sir. Good morning to everyone. It's a nice morning today, and thank you, MGR Educational Institute team, Shubhashri madam, and thank you, Krithika madam, Krishna sir, and Raksha madam from IGL team. It's a great start today, I think, for the first year students. Yeah, let me just talk about the industry perspective, how exactly this project-based learning is going to help you guys, so that you'll get a perspective what exactly project-based learning and what value addition is going to bring it to you. So basically, if you see in today's world today, I think we are in the pandemic situation, so things are changing quite rapidly, and every other person needs to adapt to this change, and we need to be flexible and capable enough to adjust and adapt, so that we are adhering to the situation and trying to make the best out of it, right? So the way the industry works currently, if you see, the requirements in the job markets have substantially changed in the recent years, while the teaching methods have remained largely the same. So even the employers find the graduates lacking in teamwork, communication, and other soft skills, as well as the engineering, the way the thinking and the intuition and other problem-solving skills. So employability is becoming a big challenge to the industries currently. Take any industry for that matter. So we need to constantly keep updating ourselves. So how do we become an employable candidate? Actually, if you just take a look at it, you just have to update yourself according to the industry needs. Figure out what exactly the industry currently is needing, and how we need to be updated based on whatever the requirements are there today, actually. And work experience largely matters. So how much are we experienced today? So once you're out of the college, or once we are in the college, you don't have enough experience, right? So we don't get to learn on, while we are in the college. Actually, you don't get a chance to do many projects or experience. So all these things can be addressed by project-based learning. So even the soft skills, for that matter, if you see, so we have to give presentations. We have to give. There are a lot. We have to collaborate. We have to collaborate with a lot of team members, and we need to do a lot of decision making in the project due course. So these are all the few things which determine the employability when the industry comes into when the industry, what the industry is looking at is these are the few skills that is primarily required, not just the technical skills that you learn in the college, but even the other skills that we are talking about here. So we are constantly trying to expand our skill set. So how do we do that actually? So one is through, see, not just by attending the colleges, we get that, but instead when you getting into this projects, when you do small projects, when you do some internships, when you go to, that's when you come to what is that the real world is expecting, and how are we going to use your problem solving skills to give a solution to the underlying issues. So 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 that's where this project based learning comes into picture. So it's a great alternative teaching process capable of addressing these needs actually. I think Krishna Kumar sir, he addressed many of the major things. What exactly, how exactly we can help you. So if you see, critical thinking is one main thing that project based learning helps you actually. So you can analyze the problem and you can just come up with the solution. So how do we analyze what is the problem given to us and how are we going to get a solution out of it? So you develop an engineering thinking and an intuition out of it, and the way you collaborate and teamwork, right? So usually the teamwork and collaboration largely matters because you have to adjust with your team members and come up, identify a solution, and this increases your communication skills, your soft skills as well, and your data collection skills, your presentation skills. These are the few things that comes to my mind actually. So again, so when you are in the first year currently, and so in the first year you'll be having a lot of theory and not much practical, like doing projects as such actually. So when I did my engineering 20 years back, and we were till third year, we were totally not exposed to any industry, what the industry needs actually. Only by the end of the third year, we might have to do a small project, and by the end of the fourth year, we did the final semester. We had to do a project. So that's when we know what exactly the outside market is, what is the world looking at actually, and what are we going to do by the knowledge that we have acquired, and how are we going to address that actually. So that is that only at the end of the fourth year we get an idea of, okay, this is what we are planning to do, and this is how I'm going to shape up my career. So but this is a wonderful thing. I think it's a great boon to you guys actually. It is start your the college management and IGL has been giving you all the, see, even in the first year, these are coming to you at the early stage of your life actually. So that way I think you guys are really privileged to do this project based learning. So when you do these experiments and projects, you'll come to know whether this is successful or failure, right? So that way you'll know what works and what doesn't work actually. So when you, so the more you know what doesn't work, your learning process keeps moving ahead actually. You know that you're finding ways what works actually, right? So the more projects you do, the more experience you get, the more failures you come upon. So all these matters for the industry, for a person to be more employable. um, yeah, so when your resume talks about that you did small projects like this, so when Krishna Kumar said talked about the project groups, it was so exciting that he has included chatbots. Chatbots is a real world chatbots for the financial technology industry. It's largely used in fintech industry today, and web apps is being completely used. Not we cannot be having multiple mobile apps in our mobile. Rather than web apps has been is a new trend today actually, and that has been introduced to you guys actually. And there are multiple projects like this, as for every year on year, the projects you can see, and these are all the latest things currently in the industry. And project based and IGL is offering everything to you with a great support system actually. And I've been with the team from the day one. I've been constantly learning, and this helps me a lot. Helps me a lot even in my current job that I'm currently doing in a company. So we have done this project based learning in a couple of colleges and a few other colleges as well. So one college which I was closely worked with was Rajapalayam Raju's college. So and they're the MSc students and BSc computer science students is what we introduced to, and they got really excited about the projects that we introduced to them, and they were completely into it actually. For example, what I would say is we introduced chatbots as one thing. So they came up with multiple chatbot applications to solve many of the local problems like reservation system and all the other stuff. and they were also the senior students. They were doing some IoT projects based on agriculture actually. So before that, they were the way they were doing projects is they didn't have a idea of what exactly they need to do as a project. But this, what we are trying to do in the project-based learning with the IGL is we are bringing up the latest technologies, and we are trying to help you in the problem-solving skills. And the support system is outstanding here, and you'll be learning all the new things, and you'll also know what to solve and how to solve it actually. And that's the best part of it. And this is an interesting journey actually, and I'm sure you guys will be enjoying this. And so when I was trying to do an orientation to the students, and I was also working with them, I was equally learning with them actually, because the kind of questions they asked, it made me to think, and we had to come up with answers, so that it's a journey altogether. And I'm sure you'll be really enjoying this journey. And not only Rajapalayam Rajesh College, there are other colleges in Coimbatore and Chennai as well, were part of this project-based learning, and we had a great experience. And yeah, so this will really open up a lot of doors to you, since you're new to the college system. And it's not only the teaching academics that will going to help you. Once you just put your hands dirty, that's when you learn a lot, right? So you know what problems to solve, and you have all the technologies in hand. When we bridge these two things, I think we are going to come up with a lot of solutions, and we'll make things a lot better for the industry. And people will be really interested to the industry, who is the hiring managers, and the industries will be really looking for such students who actually solved real good problems actually. So that's the power of project-based learning. And I'm sure each and every one of you is going to enjoy this journey, and looking forward to work with you guys actually. Thank you so much for this opportunity, Krishna Kumar team, and thank you so much, MGR Institute Management.
Thank you, Rajesh Kumar sir. I really appreciate it. I've been watching some comments in the group as well. I think somebody asked a question about sharing lecture notes and videos. Please check with your faculty, college faculty. So we have already shared with Dean Madam. We will please check with your faculty members who will share with you once you select your project group and a problem to solve. Then we will share with you the lecture notes as well as the video tutorials. I think there was also some questions about what is this about. So maybe I'll recollect. So this orientation is about doing a project-based learning. It is an initiative from the college for your first year BTech course. So the project itself is 5 weeks long. In the 5 weeks, we will help you build a chatbot or build a web application or any one of these project group ideas. We will also teach you how to program in JavaScript. So this is a 5 weeks. You think of this as a mini project, okay? So typically projects are usually done at the very end of your degree course, third year or fourth year and things like that. But then college and us have decided to offer this mini projects or project-based learning very earlier on. So this way you're used to implementing things in the very first semester. So by the time you go to your second year, third year, fourth year, projects will become much more natural to you rather than you're so much anxious about how to do the project in the very final year. So that's so just a quick answer to what is this about. This is about project-based learning that the college and IGL hands-on. We are a company that is associated with the college. We offer you a 5-week course where we will give you video materials to learn on to, and then you will do a project on your computer, either to build a web application or to build a chatbot. So I think the very first step is to select your project group. Please work with your faculty members to make sure that you get all the information needed on the project groups, actual problems that you're trying to solve. And then once that is done, then we will support you along with the faculty members so you can complete your project in the 5 weeks duration. At the end of that 5 weeks, there will be an assessment test. Once you pass assessment test, then you'll be given a certificate. So hope that clarified what this is about. Of course, the presentation that we just went through, we will share with faculty as well. So please get that information. And okay, so at this time, I would like to invite Raksha Madam to come onto the stage and say a few words about your experience in helping students in doing these mini projects at the college level, at the school level. What has been your experience working with the students? Could you please comment on that, Madam?
Sure, Krishna Kumar sir. Am I audible to everyone?
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Good morning, all. It's great to be a part of this orientation session and share my experience on project-based learning. Before I get into that, I would like to thank all of the students and the staff from the college for your time. And I would like to extend my thanks and appreciation to our IGL colleagues who are passionate about bringing their years of experience in technology and advanced project for college students, especially to students such as yourself who are getting into the first year of college. I'm going to talk about my education and work background. I did my bachelor's degree in engineering technology. I worked in Lumax Samlip Industries in the technology and development department. In California, I worked in Pleasanton Middle School in CEC, which is Council Enrichment Classroom. I worked with students who were in need of academic support. That was a challenging job, but I enjoyed supporting students. Now, specifically at IGL, over last 2 years or so, have been working with the IGL hands-on team preparing suitable, exciting, and useful projects for college students. Just to get myself immersed, I took several of these projects myself along with some college and school students. This gave me a first-hand experience on what challenges students would go through doing technology projects, especially for the first time. Based on this experience, I have developed some techniques on solving these challenges. During the last few months, I have been managing a group of students doing projects online using Google Classroom, and it has been a great experience so far. The students can have a free form discussion on what technical problems they face and get their questions clarified. I also give them specific goals on a weekly basis so they can plan their project work clearly and execute them. As many teachers would tell you, start early, don't procrastinate. This approach helped me many of my students overcome their challenges. They like the experience so much, they are signing up for next level projects such as Microsoft team based chatbots, Alexa, etc. I continue to update my technical and communication skills by taking more advanced projects, learning new trends in technology, and attending webinars. We look forward to working with you in this wonderful initiative taken by college management in project based learning. Let's work together and make this program a successful one and an enjoyable experience. Thank you all.
Thank you, Raksha Madam. That was wonderful. I think I've been following some of the comments as well as the questions from the students. Somebody asked a question, what kind of software that they will be downloading. So depending upon the project group, let's say if you are building a chatbot, then you will be downloading a software called node.js. It is the largest open source software to build JavaScript-based programs. So depending upon the project, you will download different types of software on your computer and do the project. So I think there was also a question about, I think Vijay has been asking a lot of questions on the Vue.js. Yeah, so basically Vue.js is a framework to build web applications. Like I mentioned, web applications do not need to be downloaded. They can be running on the cloud. So one of the project groups is building web applications. So that's it. When will it start, sir? So I think we are in the second week of the orientation, I believe. I think the college has a timetable. If I understand right, it will start in about 3-4 weeks time frame. So please get the detailed information on the schedule for the program from the college staff. And our project itself is going to be 5 weeks long. So as soon as you're done, you can talk to the staff and get the list of projects as well as the problem that you're trying to solve for each one of the projects. Then once that is complete, then we can get into the project itself. We'll be able to use Python. I have a project idea, but haven't started yet. It's about medicines. Yeah, sure, of course. You can bring up your own ideas as well, as long as they fit in the framework that we are trying to do. We can do that. Yes, you can use many languages to build the web apps. Zabot, I think Python is definitely one of the programming languages. But I think in the project that we are offering, we have chosen JavaScript because that is with that you can develop it for the client as well as for the server. So that is why we have chosen JavaScript. There is nothing that says web app can be built only on JavaScript. Of course, you can build it using Python as well. Yeah. Any other questions? Yeah, if you have ideas about medicines, please do bring it up with the faculty. You can take some of these tools that they're going to give you, whether it is for chatbots or it is for web apps. You can solve a medicine related problem, which is a wonderful idea, because I think with the COVID situation we are in, more and more innovation is happening in combining medicine with computers, medicine with technology. So definitely, if you have any ideas around that, you can bring your own idea to the project, but use some of these tools. Will help you as much as we can to do that one. I think we encourage newer projects, newer ideas. Definitely, please do bring it to the table. Of course, as part of Agile Hands-On, we will give you about 20 problems to solve. You can choose one of them. But if you want to bring your own problems to solve, absolutely fine. But please be mindful that you need to be able to complete that in the 5 weeks time frame, right? That's the only thing that we would look for. Tell about the coding, sir. Coding is going to be in JavaScript. So as part of the video tutorials, we will teach you what is JavaScript. If you know one programming language, for example, if you know either a Java or a C or Python, learning JavaScript is not a big problem. So you could pick up that language very easily. Sure, I think those are all great ideas, definitely. But I think as you will see very quickly realize, like I said in the beginning, there are 20 programming languages that are in the use today. So you should use programming language as a tool. You should be willing to learn newer languages. It is like learning different languages in India, right? So the more languages you learn, it is better for you. So this is the reason why we treat each one of the programming language as a tool. So we teach JavaScript as a programming language. HTML is very important or not? Yes, HTML is very important because everything that we see on the browser today is all using HTML. So when you build a web application, if you have knowledge about HTML, that will be very useful. That's a very good question. I think any web application, the backbone of any web application is HTML. So if you have experience in building HTML pages, building websites, that will be very useful if you're taking up web apps. I don't know about computer science program, but I'm also a bio student. That is fine. I mean, these days what happens is the computers are helping many industries, right? They are helping finance industry, they are helping medicine industry, they are helping retail industry. So if you're interested in programming, that's, like I said, we will teach you JavaScript as a programming language as part of the video tutorials. Is one of them is a JavaScript tutorial. We'll teach you how to write a simple program, how to write the very first program in JavaScript, how do you write the different programs before you complete your project. You would have also picked up one programming language. Of course, if you know a particular programming language, whether it is C or Java, it'll be easier, but that's not a requirement. Help me how to get placed in cybersecurity. Okay, that I think that's a very wide topic. I think the best place to start is very good in mathematics, very good in AI, very good in because if you think about cybersecurity these days, there's a lot of data analysis, big data analysis, artificial intelligence, and machine learning techniques are used, right? Because nobody is watching every computer whether they are hacked or not. So they're all done by machines. So if you want to get placed in cybersecurity, then I would strongly recommend that you understand the concepts of computer science thoroughly, understand how data is organized, how data is analyzed, how data is presented, and then how is it processed automatically using AI, ML. So please do your coursework first. Make sure that you have your fundamentals clearly understood for cybersecurity, then I think by the time you go to your 4th year, you can take a project in cybersecurity and complete it. That's good. CRM and ERP web apps. That's good. So then you can possibly build a chatbot on this project. If you have done web apps, then you could do a chatbot. You can solve the same problem using a chatbot and see how that works for you. Any other questions? Let's see. I think more questions are coming up. I have lots of ideas about web development. Just want to create my own website using HTML. Fantastic. That is Bot again. I don't know whether it's a real name or not. But yes, I think creating your own website is a fantastic thing. But now make it more dynamic, make it more interactive, make it more responsive. That is what web apps is all about. Please research on this area called the programmable web application. So those are much more interesting. So they are not static HTML pages. They are a lot more dynamic. You can bring in some programmability inside the web pages. So the web apps is definitely a next step for you. If you have built the websites, then you can use web apps as a way to advance your knowledge in that space. Web apps could be a great thing. Chatbot meaning, sir. So I think I briefly covered. Chatbot is nothing but a software robot. So we all know what a robot looks like. Right? It goes and does things. It moves around. These days, even there are robots to clean your room. Think of chatbot as a software robot. It's a software that is running on the cloud that is helping you answer questions. So imagine your personal assistant. Like if you want to know what is the weather tomorrow, you don't go to a search and ask for it. It will tell you. So it has many intelligence built in the cloud. It brings that to you as a personal assistant. So the simplest way I can think about means that communicate exactly, Akash. I think you are absolutely right. Chatbot is like your personal assistant sitting on the cloud. And then it learns from you. It also knows your interest, whether you're interested in music, whether you're interested in science, whether you're interested in social studies, whether you're interested in politics. It learns from your interaction. And then it tells you, by the way, if you're interested in mathematics, here is a new book that has come out. So rather than you go and proactively search for that book, chatbot can give you that information as if a personal assistant will do. So chatbots are very, very powerful. Just Google it. I think there is a chatbot for every company these days. McDonald's has a chatbot. So by every bank, I'm sure that SBI has a chatbot. So if State Bank of India has a chatbot, so go play with it, get an understanding of what they are all about. Then in this project, you can do on your own. So that is the beauty of project-based learning. These technologies are no longer only for big companies. Students like you can also make a big impact on this one. Want to develop a program which will take India higher into the space? Absolutely, definitely. I think we talked about astronomy as one area. AI and ML. I think last year we gave a webinar on artificial intelligence and machine learning, how they're applicable to space. So space technology is a vast area, right? It touches on science and engineering and aeronautics and AI, physics. Everything is involved. So space is very wide. But certainly you can make an impact in making the Indian space technology better and better. That's a great ambition, Vignesh. Start looking into a particular area that you want to focus on. You want to be an aeronautical engineer, or you want to be a physicist, you want to be a scientist in one of these space organizations. Then go towards that, right? Find out what problems are they trying to solve, and what is exciting to you. Is it exciting to you on studying the fundamentals of materials, right? That is important. So figure out which way you want to go, and then over a period you will develop that aptitude. But focus on the coursework. Make sure that you do pretty good. Then right things will happen. Is it good and safe where full OS is AI using cloud survey? Everyone uses their own databases, and which is more secured, I think. I think your concern, Marcus, him is very valid. I think about 5 years ago, there were a lot of fear about storing your information on the cloud. But I think those things are very well resolved. I think the government and many countries have come together and made sure that your data is secured. Of course, once in a while, data does get hacked and go out. It's a constant battle between the good guys and the bad guys. But these days, whether we like it or not, information about us is getting stored on the cloud, definitely. So I think right now, I don't think even big companies like banks are not worried about storing their information on the cloud. So I think we are okay. So I would not worry about that too much now. Any other question? Yes, MGR College has a chatbot on their website. Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, Python is easy. JavaScript is equally easier. Because it has been around for a long time. If you go to any website, they're all run by JavaScript programs. So that is another reason why we picked JavaScript. Like I said, it's like any other tool. So we're not particular about one should use this particular language or that particular language. The more languages that you know, the more tools that you are aware of, it is better for you. Becoming a computer hardware engineer is tough. I miss that. Becoming a hardware engineer is tough or easy, and how to become so? Fantastic question, Kalai Selvan. I think these days, okay, there is a lot of hype about everybody is getting into software, right? Everybody wants to write software. They want to be in IT. Hardware is getting very, very interesting as well. So if you are good in electronics, so the very first thing we want to make sure is you want to do very good in digital electronics, integrated circuits, computer architecture. So you will please talk to your faculty and find out what kind of courses are being offered that are aligned towards computer hardware. Good news for computer hardware engineers is there is a new area that is coming up called Internet of Things, IoT it's called. You can Google it. I mean, these days there are a lot of automated homes. For example, the modern homes are going to be controlled. It can control your air conditioner, your oven, all kinds of things in your home can be completely automated using IoT, and all of that is possible only because of a hardware engineer. So I commend your interest in becoming a hardware engineer. Yeah, do those digital electronic course, computer architecture, hardware courses. Then you can the path is yours, and there is always going to be a great demand for computer hardware engineers. That I can tell you. Software engineers are plenty, whereas if you specialize in hardware, there will be definitely a lot of scope for it. Is Swift useful than iOS? I don't know what Swift is. I don't know. Okay, next question. Sir, artificial intelligence jobs are now reaching peak, sir. Can you agree, sir? Yes, you are absolutely right. I think this is because, I mean, if you just rewind 10, 15 years ago, if you're doing a computer science degree, then most of them will be, they will be writing programs, operating system, databases, IoT and things like that. But now AI is no longer just a computer science field. It is a field for all the areas, whether you're in healthcare industry. For example, I've seen COVID-19 based AI programs. We just recently completed with a bunch of students where they would go find out everything about COVID-19, and it learns the contact tracing. You might have heard about the contact tracing, right? If somebody has COVID-19, how do you transmit that to others? So you need to have a system that needs to understand all of that, and a lot of AI and ML algorithms are getting used in that field. You're absolutely right. AI is very hot. There are many companies who are advertising for jobs in that space. This is the reason why, along with our college, AI is getting offered in many engineering colleges, even including in arts colleges, because they believe AI and ML is going to become like a screwdriver, like a tool. Everybody needs to have it and needs to know how to use it. Yeah, what programming language suitable for? I missed that. Suitable for space technology. Yeah, there is, like I said, there's no one particular programming language. You're solving a problem. Okay, you're solving a space problem or a subset of a space problem. A programming language should be what you're comfortable with and solving them. That's all. So there is nothing like space program can be solved only by Python. I mean, there is a myth out there that AI programs are better solved by Python. No, that's not true. So people use different programming language based upon their choice and what is available. Kotlin is also good. You can go with Java, absolutely fine. Android development. Initially, if you remember, Google started with Java. Now it's Kotlin, and there'll be more programming language that will come down the pipe. So, as if you are interested in software programming, my recommendation and advice will be learn as many programming languages as possible. Because the good news is, if you know one programming language, you can pick up the other. So Java or Python, there's no way to compare. Both are good. It depends on what you're trying to do, right? So that's why I said the more programming languages you know, the better your career will be. Because when you go to a company, you cannot say I know only Java or I know only Python. Okay, nobody will hire you. Because the company may do many different projects in different languages. So that's the practical life that we live in. I think Rajesh Kumar rightly touched upon it. So we need to prepare you to have that mindset where you're not focused on only one programming language. The more you know, better. So that way, when you go to an industry after you complete your graduation, then you're prepared. And even if they give you a new programming language, it should be like, okay, that's fine. Give me 4 weeks. I'll be able to come back and learn that, and then I'm like anybody else in your organization to start writing programs. So you should have that level of confidence, rather than saying, oh, I learned only Java in my BTech, so I don't know any other language. It's not a good situation. Okay. So do not compare languages. I mean, there are a lot of articles that you will see which is better, which is worse, and I don't believe in it. So basically, it depends on what problem are you trying to solve and what is your comfort level. If you are good in Java, if a problem can be solved in Java, please take it. All right. Okay. Any other questions? I think I know there are a lot of questions. This is not the only forum. Please do collect them. I'll work with college staff to answer as many of your questions as possible. But hopefully that gave you a good idea of what we are trying to do along with Dr. MGR Educational and Research Institute, as well as with IGL hands-on. So I think we are. Any other thing? Absolutely, Vignesh. Thank you, sir. No problem at all. I hope you all walked away with good information. Like I said, this is not the only forum. If you have more questions, comments, we want you to think out of the box, because you are the next generation. You will have a lot more ideas than we do. Okay, so that I'm 100% confident of. What we are enabling you are with tools and the opportunity and our experience, so you can pick your problem and solve. But end of the day, you will be the problem solvers. We'll be enablers. We'll be facilitators. I've heard from some of the college staff from MGR Engineering College as well that we're all enablers. We're all facilitators. You are the ones who will solve the next generation problems. We'll just be enabling them. Okay. Thank you, sir. So with that, we will wrap up today. Sir, are you on the bridge? Maybe we'll invite Krithika madam to come on the stage and give a vote of thanks for our orientation. Sir, can you bring Krithika madam to the stage? Wonderful comments, Samir, Ganesh Kumar, all of you. Thank you very much. You're more than welcome. Thank you for all of your wonderful questions. They're all very interesting ones, and we wish you all the best in your degree course, and more than happy to answer any other questions later on. So, guess sir, anything else we should cover?
Thank you, sir. Thanks, Team IGL, for this wonderful interactive session on project-based learning orientation. Our students will definitely would have got an insight on project-based learning, problem-solving techniques, and how the same is going to be implemented within curriculum. So now I would like to thank our management for this amazing opportunity to work with such a great team. First of all, I would like to thank our founder chancellor, Thiru A.C. Shanmugam sir, and our beloved president, Thiru A.C. Arun Kumar sir, for providing this opportunity. Next, I would like to thank our vice chancellor, Dr. S. Deeksharambh ma'am, and our joint registrar, Dr. Mr. Raksha, and Dr. T.B. Javirat sir, and all our executives for this encouragement. Now, I would like to thank our Dean ENT, Dr. N. Subhashri ma'am, for extending her moral support and guidance always. And I express my gratitude towards the technical team and our faculty members who have made this program a success. Finally, our wonderful students who have turned up in great numbers. Thank you, students. Thank you, sir. Thank you, team.
Thank you, madam. So we'll have Krithika madam to say a few words from our side. That is okay. Sir, can we have Krithika madam to say a few words before we? Okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. Go ahead, Krithika madam.
Hello. Am I audible?
Yes.
Thank you so much for everything, and I hope you guys must have got enough of information and correct idea about project-based learning. And I'm very happy to see the kind of questions you guys have asked. I can understand you guys are really interested and knowledgeable, and very happy for that. Looking forward to work with you all soon. Thank you so much for everything, and thanks Shubhasri Madam and all everyone from IGL management and MGR Engineering College staffs and everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much. Thank you all. Bye now.
Thank you all. Stay with us. We'll meet up tomorrow, guys.
Thank you. Bye.